What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with some late night breaking Cleveland Guardians free agency news for you guys. God, that's a mouthful. But yeah, that's right. The Guardians went out and signed another free agent. And for those wondering, no, this is not a minor league deal. This is a major league contract being given out by the Guardians. Like, this is legit money. Wow. I'm low key shocked, considering how notoriously cheap the Dolans are. But I will say, it's been pretty active, right? They ain't signing any, like, top tier guys, which, I mean, we never really expect that. But still, just signing some solid players. And that continues with this signing as Kylie McDaniel broke the news on Twitter, and I quote, "The Guardians have a deal with right-handed pitcher Jakob Junis, per sources. It's a one-year deal, pending physical, that guarantees $4.5 million to the 32-year-old swingman. Junis can work as a starter or reliever, which makes him so valuable to the Guardians for sure, because we could definitely use some depth at pitcher. Throwing 265 innings pitched over the last 3 seasons for the Giants, Brewers, and Reds. So he's familiar with both central divisions. And also, we got to start with the Royals, too. Of course. All right. Cool with it. It may seem like I'm kind of bummed about the signing, but I'm cool with it. Like I said, we could use the depth. Not to mention, I mean, you get him in the Guardians pitching lab. Carl Willis could turn this dude into a low-key demon, whether it's in the bullpen or as a starter. I mean, think about it, right? Jakob Junis is the kind of guy that will go out there in a random game in the middle of May or June and like strike out 10 and give up 2 runs. It's the way it is, right? This is the kind of guy that will go out there in like a game 4 or game 5 of a playoff series and just shove like a damn ace. Because that's usually what would happen, right? I mean, coming from a Guardians fan, we've been absolutely shut down by pitchers like Jakob Junis before. Now, you look at Junis' stats, and believe it or not, he was actually pretty good last year with the Reds. 1.8 WAR, 4-0, 2.69 ERA, 24 games, 6 starts, 1 save, a 67 inning pitch, 51 strikeout, and .851 whip. All right. Not too bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I've seen way worse, that's for sure. And then you look at his Baseball Savant page, and honestly, again, not too bad. Yeah, there's a lot of blue, but, you can definitely work on that stuff for sure. But what I really love is the red circle by walk percentage. Meaning, this dude does not walk batters. No, yeah, he doesn't strike anybody out, really, but he doesn't really walk guys. So that's good. I like to see that. Now you look at his pitching run value, fastball run value, and breaking run value. They're all really good. Now, off-speed run value is kind of but again, they can work on that. Definitely not the worst Baseball Savant page I've ever seen. And I'm sure Carl Willis will look at this guy and go, yeah, we can make it work here. Now, as far as where will he fit in on the Guardians right now? Well, I checked Fangraphs, and they have him starting in the bullpen. So they actually bumped Slade Ciccone out of the pen right now. Although, if I had to guess, Slade and Jakob Junis will probably start in the bullpen meaning that Andrew Walters and Eric Sabrowski will probably start off in AAA, being as they still have 3 option years left apiece. Whereas, of course, Junis and other guys like that don't really have that ability. They don't have that cushion to where they could just send them down until they're needed. But you look at our bullpen right now. Of course, Jakob Junis, Eric Sabrowski, Andrew Walters, Tim Herron, of course, Paul Sewald, Hunter Gaddis, Cade Smith, and one of the best closers, if not the best closer in the league, Emmanuel freaking Clase. Honestly, this is a damn good bullpen. Now, what if they made Jakob Junis a starter? Well, let's take a look at the Guardians starting rotation, shall we? And, of course, Shane Bieber will be back at some point, I'm guessing by June. So he's going to automatically jump in there and take one of those spots. Now, it might take him a little bit to really get going. So they might go with a 6-man rotation in the meantime, which honestly would be kind of smart. But, I mean, who could Junis really take over in terms of spots on the rotation? I mean, Tanner Bybee's obviously going to be in the rotation. Ben Lively? Did he really usurp Ben Lively? Gavin? No, Gavin ain't going nowhere. Luis? Nah. Tristan? Ooh, the pressure's going to be on Tristan. Because I'm telling you what, they might start Junis in the bullpen, and then if Tristan's stinking it up still, because again, he has no options either. Same thing with Ben. If Tristan stinks it up, or if he's looking like he's a little off, I think Jakob Junis could take his spot, but we'll see. So overall, I like the signing because, like I said, they need depth. Long season. Injuries happen. Not to mention rain delays. After all, Cleveland weather is very, very unpredictable, especially in the spring and summer. And I have a feeling we might have quite a few doubleheaders, which is where depth is really important. Which is also why the Guardians went out and got guys like Vince Velasquez and Colby Allard just for that scenario, too. Because if we had a doubleheader, I honestly trust guys like Jakob Junis and Colby Allard and Vince Velasquez taking the bump and holding it down over some of these other younger guys that we haven't really seen much of. Right? But we'll see what happens. Spring training is going to be interesting. Right? See who really steps up. But I'm just happy that they're signing guys. Right? I mean, we're coming off an ALCS appearance. We were this close to a freaking World Series berth. Low key. Right? If things go differently, we might have been able to take down the Yankees. Which would have been tough, but you never know. This sucks because there hasn't really been much talk from the Guardians, right? I mean, they haven't really done much. You'd think they'd go out and make a pretty big signing to really get the fan base juiced up. And they didn't really do that. I mean, I'm still waiting for them to go out and get a solid bat for the lineup. I mean, look at our lineup right now. I mean, you have Quan, Manzardo, J. Ram, Lowe's is back, of course. Lane Thomas. That's a solid top part of the order. I have no problem with that part of the order. What I do have a problem with is the bottom part. Mainly right field when it comes to depth. Because, yeah, you have Will Brennan. But can you really trust him to consistently produce? No. He'll produce for a little bit, and then he'll look like he'll be swinging a noodle bat at some point, too. Then he'll get hurt. Juan Brito, I'm interested to see what they do there. Right now, he's slated to be the starting second baseman. I heard they really like what he's got. After all, we traded Nolan Jones for him. So he better show out. That's all I'm going to say. Bo Naylor, he's pretty good. It takes him a little while to get going, but overall, he's a solid catcher. And Brian Rocchio, you know my feeling on him. You know how I feel about him, right? He's not bad, but he definitely could be better. Now, in terms of depth on the bench, yeah, they could definitely improve when it comes to the bench. Because right now, you have all righties on the bench. Winston Hedges, your backup catcher, again. Of course, Big Christmas, right? Then you have Gabriel Arias and Jonathan Rodriguez. Wow, no Daniel Schneeman. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, they could definitely improve there, right? Especially because J-Rod technically has 2 option years left. Now, Gabe has no option years left, and Jonk ain't going nowhere. Don't even think about it. That dude cemented his place on this team in the playoffs last year with that moonshine against the Yankees. At that point, you put his name in Sharpie. He ain't going nowhere because of that alone. That dude hits absolute nukes. Well, if only he could just avoid turning into Ramil Reyes 2.0 at times, where he's just swinging at everything. But hey, you know what? Unlike Friend Meal, Junk can actually play the field a little bit. Yeah, he's not a complete liability in the outfield, which is awesome. But still, I would like to see us get a better platoon bat for the outfield, right? I don't even know who's really still out there, but they could always go out and get somebody. Doesn't have to be a big name. Could be like a low tier name like maybe Alex Verdugo or something. Just a little something something maybe. Extra flair for the lineup. I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there. People are gonna say, "Oh, but Verdugo sucks, bro." I'm just throwing names out there. I don't even know who's even still out there anymore. I was thinking Randall Grichuk, but I think he's signed somewhere. And Harrison Bader too. Of course, I think he went to the Twins. Go figure. But yeah. So the Guardians added yet another pitcher, and so we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. 13 minutes. Wow. Gotta love it. So I'm just happy that Dolans are actually spending money, right? They're actually spending a little. Now it's funny because people will be like, I need the Guardians to spend more money. And then they sign a guy like Jakob Junis and like, ew, not like that. Ugh. I'm just happy they're spending, right? I'm happy I'm actually able to make a Guardians free agency video. Because how many of those videos did I make last year? 1? 2? Something like that. In other words, I haven't really made many of these videos over the years, right? I think I really just started doing YouTube when Edwin was signed. And yeah, that was mainly a Browns channel back then. So I like it, At least they're signing guys, right? But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guards. Spring training's here, which means baseball streams are coming soon. Already. Wow. Before I know it, it'll be opening day. Of course. Which also means NBA season's ending soon, too. Thank God the Cavs are going to take us right into baseball season. By the way, the Cavs are 5 wins away from clinching a playoff spot. And what's even crazier is the Cavs won 48 games all year last year. We're at the All-Star break now, with 44 wins. It's freaking insane. Freaking love this team, right? I love this team. Yeah, with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Guards. See you guys later. I'm out. Bye bye. Yeah.